Welcome to the Lone Machinist, where it's just you, your machines, and the work. What have you got going on today, Curt?
I think this week we're going to talk about our year-end wrap-up, our best and worst of 2025, and plans for 2026, along with another bunch of issues or things. For instance, what are you going to talk about besides all that?
Besides all that, yeah, I try to clean my workshop. Try being the operative word. There's some new shirts coming, and I commandeered a room in my house for the business. So
Ooh.
let's dive into it. How are you this fine day, Curt?
I'm doing great. I'm doing even better after looking at our new shirts, which is a shameless plug, but they're freaking awesome, and I want to buy a bunch of them. Danica did so good on them, so yeah, go check it out. We'll have links and whatnot. But yeah, there's some
Yeah,
bangers in
there's
there.
some. Yeah, no, she really
They're
did a bang
good.
up job on them. Like, yeah, they're brilliant. There will be a link in the doobly doo, and it's probably going to come up like another three times on this podcast because they're freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, they are really good. So, what have you been up to this week in the workshop?
Dude, diddly. I've had like had the 1 week off when I was sick, and then like 2 weeks off with the little ones because they've been off.
Yeah,
This is the first day that everyone's been back. So this is the first day I've been in the shop without like anybody else around. So I haven't done anything yet because I talked to you in the morning. So I came in here, turned the lights on, and sat down and chatted with you. So yeah, been a it's been nice to have all the time, but it's also been like a forced 3 week vacation, kind of in a point where I didn't want to take a 3 week vacation. So I'm a little feeling a little tightly wound, but it'll
yeah,
work out. So
yeah. I mean, at least you're back in the workshop now, so you can get back to
totally,
it.
yeah. Not like I said last week, I'm not going to starve, but it's just like I would rather have not lost that many weeks. I would like if I could have planned for that one that I was sick to be anyway. Besides the point, carrying on. How was your week? How are you doing?
Yeah, we. I started back in the shop last week when we got back from vacation, but been taking it easy, like half day here, half day there. And then on Friday, I was like, hey, let's get anchor point bodies going. Like, get the machine dialed in, get everything running. Ran off two of them, third one, gauged the thread on the first hole and took it out, loaded the next one, ran it, went to gauge the thread, and there's no threads. So I'm like, what the
Uh-oh.
hell? So I look at the previous one and I'm like, oh, I gauged the one hole that was threaded. The thread mill broke on the next hole and didn't thread the other three freaking holes. So fortunately, the second one that I didn't thread, I can salvage, but the first one I can't because I don't know the clocking of the threads.
Okay.
Because
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
it's
yeah.
thread mill. So I could probably figure it out, but I just couldn't really be bothered. I'm going to waste more time figuring it out than just making another body, at least at
Right.
this
Yeah,
point
yeah.
of the process. So yeah, that was annoying on Friday, and my tooling guys locally on weren't open until today. So I sent the guy an RFQ because he's got a website, but you put all the stuff in your cart, then you send him an RFQ with that cart, and then he sends you a quote. And I was like, cool, I'll get a quote on Monday morning. If I pay on Monday morning, normally it ships mid morning. I get it here in the afternoon. Get a message from him on Friday evening. I've sent you a quote. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Pay for it right now. And I was like, I thought you guys were closed. Like, no, no, our customers don't understand that we're closed. So we've got a bunch of backlog orders. So they've got back from vacation, like on the Thursday, and were in their shop just packing orders left, right, and center, and it all went out today. So
Oh,
yeah, I
nice.
got my new thread mill this afternoon and have been running bodies since then.
Nice.
Yes, and
Nice.
yeah, it, the machine, I added tool break detect to everything. Like, I'm not normally one to throw tool breaks, but it's running now while we're sitting doing the podcast, and I know if there's a problem, it's not going to break anything further down the line.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's yeah.
for the extra minutes of cycle time across the whole part of a 20-minute part, it's fine. Let it do tool break detection on every single high risk tool because the thread mill up
Totally.
until now wasn't a high risk tool. But
Mhm.
yeah, I comped the diameter a little bit bigger to get the fit right, and I didn't add an extra pass. I think the first pass was really violent, and it was fine for
Okay.
12 holes, and then it wasn't.
Yeah, okay, fair.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
just yeah, improvements on every batch.
That's like yeah, that's so important because yeah, sometimes I know I go inside and I'm like, okay, I'm like they're all small tools, but I'm like they're all small expensive tools, and I don't have tool break. I'm like if the first one breaks, I'm like That's a
Yeah,
lot of tools it's going to take out. It's not going to harm the machine because they're all like
no.
little like 1/16th, 1/32nd, but it's still going to be like tick, 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 tick. I'm like,
And I've had
damn
that
it.
happen before, and the amount of peace of mind tool break detection brings when you want to walk away or do something else. Like
Yeah,
like we were discussing last week, you don't have to run at 100% rapids. You can run into the night. Like neither of us are short of hours, so yeah, it's a bit
totally.
annoying to watch the machine go every time and fucking boop the thing, but rather
Mhm.
have it boop the thing every time, and you don't have to think, oh shit, did the tool break? Do I need to go look in the machine? Part is done, the part is right. So yeah, I've got
Totally. Yeah.
Op 1 bodies running like that right now, and then those will
Cool.
be done tomorrow morning. There are five or seven more. I don't know how many I want to do. I don't know how many mechanicals I want to do. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
Fair, fair.
trying to balance it because I got an order this morning for 4 anchor points for a harbor kit.
Ooh, nice,
I don't know if you
nice.
saw on the website. There's now harbor kits and mooring kits available.
I did. I saw that. Yeah, I was like, oh, and I was still like, the price is insane. So yeah,
Yeah,
I was like, wow.
much better. That way you get all the anchor points that you need. You still have to make your own base, but it gets you
Yeah,
a better price on the anchor points because you're buying in bulk, effectively.
yeah. No,
So
that's
yeah, those are now added and one sold this morning.
sick,
Yep.
sick, sick,
So
sick.
um, I did a spreadsheet projecting how many days into the year we are and how many sales I've had, how many I will
Yeah,
sell.
yeah.
I'm kind of curious to just update that as we go and see how that graph plots. So I think I might just
Mm-hmm.
add that to my stupid shit that I shouldn't be looking at. But yeah, if all holds out, I'm going to make a lot of anchor points.
Yeah, nice. I
But
know that's
again,
on
we have
my
one data point, so it's not a pattern.
yeah, huge error bars. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
No, that's on my 2026. I've been thinking like most nights I go for my walk. I've been thinking of how I'm going to lay things out because I'm just slowly killing myself. And actually, I think it was Black Fox. I just
yes,
posted a story this weekend about how he had your anchor point and then a pallet with his vise on it, so he
yep,
could hold another pallet to machine. It was just like it was like a foot and a half stack up, but I was
yeah.
like, it worked.
I
You're just poking
messaged him.
holes
I'm
in it,
like,
and like,
dude,
yeah,
don't go savage mode on it, and you'll be fine. Like, if you're just
yeah,
putting counter balls in for knife maker method holes, you fine. Like that's all he's using
totally.
it for, and you fine. I mean,
Yeah.
I do all my roughing, and that's 100% spindle load across a mooring point with two self-centering vices. I
That's
go
crazy.
absolutely hog on it, and no issues. And then when I span all four, then I give absolutely zero fucks. Like
Yeah.
even the bodies, that's on a single anchor point. That I machine the top section of the anchor point bodies.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not spanning it; it's a single anchor point. It's right at the limit of what you should be doing, but
Yeah.
it works. And if it's dumb and it works, it's still dumb, but it works.
I know. I've been like working in my head. I'm like, because I'm gonna build like post risers on my table so that
Yeah,
I can get the plate up high enough to machine it, and then I'm gonna machine. So I'm gonna machine the plate that holds like I think I'm gonna do four fits.
yeah.
I've been playing with it, so I'm gonna do a
Four or
plate that'll hold
six.
four. Pardon?
Did I hear six?
6? No, definitely not 6. 6
Okay,
will
not
not fit.
six. Okay. Yeah, no, no. I'm
If I
thinking
take my
like, what are you putting your fourth on top of it?
no, 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 no. So yeah, I know. I'm like, I'll machine that. Then I got to take that off. Then I'm like,
Yeah,
I got to machine like the alignment plate, and I'll take that off. Then I got to machine the plate or like the plate that'll hold the vices, and then I'll take that off. And then once all that's done, then I can break down the table and put them all back because it's like chicken and egg kind of problem, right? Where it's like you get it all on, you're
yeah,
like, ah, shit, I need to do this and take it all back off, put the vices back on, and it's just like,
yeah. No, it can be a bit challenging to figure out what the best workflow there is.
yeah. So I think I got it dialed now. I just got to do it. So yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. If you like I
Anyway.
said, if you need the risers and shit, mate, just shout. I'm set up to do it.
I appreciate
Like,
it. I was
I
thinking about
have
that.
a
I was like,
vacuum
Jamie's
truck.
so good at this. I
Like
know. I was like,
I would
Jamie's
leave it that you just machine the top, so you know it's coplanar to your machine, and then you would have to do that, and then I'd make you the alignment jig as well, so you can literally
the
just drop them and align it, bolt them down, and you're done.
the gross part is that I can probably pay you well to machine it
Yeah,
and obviously pay for all the stock and stuff like that, and then pay for shipping and have it land on my door. And it's still probably going to be cheaper than me just buying the material here because the
yeah.
material is just insanely expensive.
I would actually
I
be
mean, when you're
curious
buying
to
small
do that.
quantities,
I'd be curious to do that, Matt, and see where it actually shakes out.
I think
Like, I'd be
when I get
very
the
interested.
when I get the designs out, I'll ship it to you and just give me like the asshole pricing. Like, don't give me friends and family. I want to see what you would like, what you make well doing it, because
Yeah,
I want you to do well, and then I want to see what it compares, because I know I'm going to pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars for
for
just
the
the material
material.
here.
Yeah,
Just because I'm not buying much, like I'm buying a stick, like half a
what is the
stick
material?
of
Material. Trying to think now. I had a riser in my machine, 400 by 400 millimeters
yeah.
by 75 or 80 millimeters thick, and that cost me $200-ish.
Yeah, it would be so much more here. It would be so much more
And aluminium's cheap as
here.
beans. Yeah, like it's hilariously
No
cheap.
doubt.
So yeah, we're
Yeah.
happy to go that route. Like I have the vacuum chuck now, so it makes life super easy. Um,
Okay. I'll
yeah,
bend
then
your
you
ear.
just got to push the top. But yeah, we'll deal with that when we get to that. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Totally.
But yeah,
So, what do you got on
might
your
have to start offering that as a service.
dude, it's like it's insane that you can ship something like and heavy across the world and it's still more
Yeah,
economical. I mean, when I factor in like labor for me to do it, yeah, it's
as well.
no
Yeah,
brainer. It makes sense for you, but like,
yeah.
yeah.
The
What do you
shipping's a
got
bit
going on
rough.
here? So let me
So, yeah.
see. Let's pick on. Oh, I want your room, new assembly and packing room.
So I liberated a room in our house a while ago, but now
Hmm.
there's been the entrance hall table. So when I took the workbench that was against the wall, that forced me to crab walk past the LK. When I took that out, I brought it into my entrance hall, and it's been there for 4 or 5 months, I think. So it's been very convenient. As you come in the house, you can just put things on it and whatnot, but like literally in the middle of the entrance hall. And with being like half-assing work this last week, my brother-in-law was like, "Hey, bro, lift. We're putting this in the room." So initially, I was going to cut about a meter off the end of the table. It would have fitted against the one wall. Then I'm like, hang on, there's another wall that's longer. The table will fit against there. So we took it down the hallway. Then I had to take the top off the table to get it through the door. Anyway, long story short, it's now in, and I've got 2 shelves with all my anchor points stock, like all the components, and I'm busy moving all the assembly into that room in the house. So finished components get moved into the house. They're in that room. When it comes to assemble, I assemble there, and then stuff goes back for final machining and anno and whatnot in the garage. But I'm trying to move finished parts out so they don't get damaged. Basically, I don't want to have to
Nice.
deal with hanger rash and dust and shit in the workshop, damaging perfectly good parts. So yeah, I
Totally.
commandeered one
Yeah,
of the
that makes sense.
bedrooms since not having any lighties, so may as well use the rooms for fun stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
for sure.
like, may as well
Nice.
put the space to good use. I'm paying for the space, I may as well use it.
Well, and it's just nice to like that's the thing I run into is like for shipping, like I keep everything on shelves where it's like I would just love to have this just and I don't have the room, but I would love to have it just set up where it's like it's always there. It's ready. I don't have
So
to like and it's only 30 seconds to move boxes, but it's just like, oh, I don't want to do it.
so the packing and assembly room, the table is 3 meters long. So assembly's on one side, packing is on the other side. When I want to pack an order, all the boxes are there. The tape's always out. Everything is just ready to go. I also assemble
Yeah.
the case rollers that I make behind me over there, which is really annoying when you need to run to the garage to fetch something. It's down the stairs, out to the garage, back. I want to move all that stuff into the designated assembly area with all the tools that are required. So when I have to assemble, I walk in there and I assemble. So I'm just trying to optimize going into 2026.
Yeah, I mean that's a huge point in my world too for 2026 is just like make things easier. Even if they're like minor. Just like if I have to build a table or buy a table
Yeah.
to like there's things we can do. Like just to
Well, I mean,
take off those little
I
annoyances.
literally, what's it now? 28 minutes past. Probably 20 minutes ago, posted a thing on Instagram of a little 3D printed thing to hold my handle for my vise and my hammer, and it's got some spots for thread gauges to go because it's been bugging me. There's a spot for it, but it hits things on the table, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go get a piece of wood and I'll cut a piece. And I'm like, hang on, I've got a 3D printer. Let me print a thing. If it breaks, I'll print another one. Like just those small improvements. Yeah. Even today with the choppinator, it was running today, chopping stainless steel wire again. And
Mm-hmm.
just because you said I wouldn't, I neaten up all the
Yeah.
wiring.
Ah, son of a bitch. I was gonna wonder if you did or didn't.
Yeah, no, I've got one more enclosure I need to print just for the Arduino Nano, and then it's all not going to get because it got damaged when I dismantled or when I put it away last time. So
Mm,
I fixed it, and it ran off
nice.
15 kilograms of wire today. It's going to run another 15 tomorrow. But I've been getting the surface grinder together as well. Like I need to design and print an enclosure for this power supply that runs the grinder's cross feed because that's been sitting in a Tupperware on my table for over a year now. So it's going to get mounted to the column properly, and yeah, just small improvements. Like I
Totally.
actually, well, I got lazy. I had a end support for 12 millimeter round shaft that I used to mount my diamond dressing tool. It
Hmm.
was just a 12 mil shaft, so I literally just threw it in the mill. When I powered on earlier, just decked it quickly, poked a hole for a bolt, and then carried on machining stuff. So that's now permanently mounted to my table and doesn't have a G clamp going around it.
Oh right, yeah. I think I gave you
Yeah,
flack when I saw that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so it's yeah, all these small improvements that add up and make a huge difference. Like I got my shelf into the workshop finally. Oh, the LK turned off. Nice. Um, I finally got the shelf that's been in front of my workshop for 2 months. I finally got that into the workshop, and it's full already. Like I've used it for
Mm,
material storage and other crap and more other crap. So yeah, just
yeah,
trying to make the place pleasant to be in.
yeah, yeah. No, exactly.
Yeah,
I
that's what
get
it's
it.
about is being more pleasant. So,
Yeah.
um, hmm,
Mm.
what's going on with your anode bath setup?
Okay, so that's a one part, a perfect segue from what we were just talking about. Actually, you are a little bit to blame, not blame. You help kind of kickstart it. Is you? I love that mug. um, the a video of Hacksmith when they
Yes.
showed their like robotic anno setup. I was like, oh, I'm like, you know what? I've had this anno setup in my head forever because I have cleaning baths and then I have like distilled and all like a billion things where it's always annoying because I always have multiple containers and I bring them out and then I'm like, oh, this container needs to be. So I have to go in the house and get new water and come back in. I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to build a nice setup with like a bunch of tanks. I'm going to use like those immersion heaters, like those sous
Yeah.
vide heaters, or whatever,
Yeah, don't use
to
the
put
cheap
it.
ones from the China store. They're not grounded. I learned this the hard way.
Oh, party on. Okay, sweet. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. And it's like just I'm like, what's it going to cost me? Like, even if I want to build it with like the best stuff, it's going to cost me $200, $500 to build
Yeah,
something nice,
it's
with
not
like
a.
5 tanks and nice lids and everything. And I'm like, then I can just once again, it's set up, and it's like when I got to go do ano, like it's ready. All I have to do is like in the morning, everything like my ano baths turn on, or sorry, my ultrasonics in the morning turn on. They
Yeah.
heat up. It's like, am I using them today? It's like I don't know, probably not, but they cost me like probably 50 cents to warm up all
Yeah.
the. So I'm like, they just turn on and like
And when you need it, it's
so
there. So I
when I
think
need
what
it,
you
it's
should
there.
do
Yeah,
is you should make a ring of tanks and use what I've just sent you a link for.
dude, don't push me. I don't. That's not even. That's not even. Oh, it's getting cheaper. Yeah, like I would love
Mm.
to put a robot on it. Yeah, dude, don't. Yeah, don't push me. But yeah, like it's just something dumb like that. We're just like it's one of those things where it's like, does it take me much effort to bring the containers out and fill them with water? Fill them like no, but it's like it's one of those barriers of like, and I do it every single
Well,
month, usually once or twice a month. So it's like, ugh.
that is why I pay for Toolpath because I want
Yep.
it today. It took the barrier of doing something. It probably saved me an hour today because I was going to go and do something else. Meanwhile, I just sent it to Toolpath, got it back, had to add a few little odds and ends to the program because it didn't do some of the stuff I wanted because it was a somewhat complex part. Um, and yeah, it gets me over that barrier to entry because the mental inertia is a real thing, especially as a one man shop. Like you can always find something to distract you.
Well, and I remember I forgot who told me that. They're like, don't, or where I read it or heard it or whatever. They're like, don't buy something that makes you happy. I mean, obviously you can do what you want, but like buy something that takes away like an annoyance. Like you'll be
Yeah,
way more happy to buy like if you have a like let's say you have a shitty kitchen tap, which I did. I had a shitty kitchen tap. Me and my wife went out and we bought a really nice kitchen tap that has like whatever we wanted on it.
yeah.
It has made our life like we both are like that is the best thing we've bought in a long time because we both love it and it's like it's easier to do everything and you're
Well,
interacting with it so often and you're
yeah.
just like this
This was
is
a discussion
huge.
Danica and I had today because we went to the hardware store this morning because I was waiting for an animal so I couldn't really run. So I'm like, let's go to the hardware store. We're looking for some new flooring for upstairs. Let's go see. They used to have it. Like, we don't want anything fancy. This is our like hobby crafty space. So I want a cheap floor that when it gets ruined,
Mhm.
we can just replace it. So I wanted to buy the vinyl flooring on a roll and just glue down 2 strips will cover the whole floor. Mostly because my dog shat up here while I was on holiday because my mother-in-law can't follow instructions.
Uh-huh.
So it's a carpet that's 40 years old. It needs to come out. So anyway, we went there for that. And Dan goes, oh, this is a really nice tap. I'm like, yeah, the problem is our taps, the plumbing goes through the wall. Sorry, not through the wall,
Mm.
into the fucking wall. Because why make life easy? All the plumbing is hidden in the wall. Brick wall, not easy wall, brick fucking wall. So she's like, why don't we just raise the sink? I'm like, then what? The freaking house cleaner needs to stand on a stool. She's like, both of us are tall. We'll sell the house to someone tall when we sell the place. Because both of us, if we wash dishes, we hurt our backs because the sink's too low. So she's like, no, just
Right.
move the sink up and then we can have a fancy tap that gets fed from underneath. And I'm like, lady, you're being expensive. But yeah, you're right. Improve those small annoyances, and yeah, it brings you way more joy than buying something to make you happy.
Yeah, like it's silly how much it improves, and you're just like,
Yeah,
huh.
that's one of those things like you wish you had done way long ago. You didn't think it was a
Oh,
big deal,
dude,
but yeah,
got a million of those. Like, just the dumbest things. Were like, why didn't I do this forever ago? So,
why am I driving the struggle bus when I don't need to?
totally, yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it's just it's a fine line of what actually makes sense and then what I want to make sense. Actually, that leads in perfectly to, I don't know if it's here, if it's or if it's in my Google box. Oh, we could talk about it here, I guess. So I had this like brainiac idea because like I'm updating all my like labeling and all my
Yeah,
badging on my boxes and everything. So I was like, you know what? I'm like, I'm gonna get them all printed. So then I looked at stickers. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I wonder if I could, because I'm iterating so quick. I'm like, I'm wondering if I could just like print stickers locally. So I spent way too much time on the holiday break. So I googled like the best like printing systems for stickers, like home printers, and like the best like laminators for said prints, and then the best way to cut out said prints with the various types of craft cutters and whatnot. Looked up all that jazz and like figured out for about $1,000 I can buy all the equipment I would need and make. I would make 80% as good a sticker as I could buy from a professional shop. And I was
but
like,
yeah,
and you work out like the ROI. I'm like, yeah, the stickers would be dirt cheap. It's just basically ink at that point, which is nothing. But like your stickers just still aren't as good because they're not like the proper whatever
yeah,
sublimation ink or whatever it is. I don't know that it's not sublimation ink, but it doesn't matter.
it's not
So
the
I was
vibe.
like, yeah, and I'm like the ROI is zero. The flexibility of being able to change it whenever I want is great, but all of a sudden, also I can like, there's a million sticker companies that'll like they'll do a run of 50 for next to not like.
Yeah,
So I'm like, this
your
doesn't
ROI
make any
is
sense.
never. Yeah.
I
So
really
Danica,
wanted it to make sense because I
yeah.
want all those toys, but it just didn't work out.
So Danica's gone down that route of printable vinyl and then printing it with
Yeah.
Cricut and Cricut cutting it out, and they're not as good quality as what you can get. I still haven't ordered stickers. I need to order stickers. We've got someone we order from. We send them like all the designs. Say, cool, fill a A2 sheet. They print and then cut around an A2
Mhm.
sheet and then send it. They send you a roll and then you sit there with a pair of scissors and cut them all loose. But it's like I think $6 for an A2 or something. It
Holy
literally
man, yeah.
costs me more to courier the thing from Pretoria to my house than it does for the printing.
Totally. Yeah.
So yeah, as cool as it would be to have custom printable
I
things.
I know, and I wanted it all because I want all the toys, and I was like, I
Yes.
even like I can rush deliver myself a custom sticker in low quantity for like a
Yeah.
buck, or if it's at decent quantity, like 500, it's like 30 cents. I'm like, I'm never gonna
Yeah.
compete with that. So, like, what
No,
am I doing? Am I building pens or am I building stickers? So I'm like,
exactly.
calm down.
Like unless you're going to use custom stickers as your packaging, like sealing your packaging and shit, it's not worth it.
And I kind of am, but it's still cheaper to
Yeah.
like
To
because
just
I don't I'm better off building one pen than printing 500 stickers. Like I'm just
yeah.
like I so wanted it to work because I want to play with that stuff, but it just didn't. It just didn't pan out. And I'm like, I'm
Start
just
a
gonna
hobby
burn
business.
time.
Start
Oh
a
yeah, I'm
start
just
a
gonna,
lifestyle business making stickers.
dude. I watched so many videos of like stay-at-home moms, and no shade, but like it just a lot of their channels are that.
Yeah.
And honestly, some of those girls are building some pretty insane little businesses. They're like, oh yeah, I did 20,000 sticker sales this month. I'm like, holy Christ,
So
that's a lot of
we went
packages.
to we went to HobbyX, and there are two places in South Africa that we've seen these carts. It's like a cart you pull behind you with like big
Yeah.
off-road wheels. There's two places you'll find them: the gun range for the competition shooting guys with all their paraphernalia, or the craft show with all these aunties going to buy their crickets and all their craft
Yeah,
supplies. It's only two places you'll see those
yeah.
fucking things here. Um, Like we went to Hobby X. It was basically the cricket show. Like everything was
Mhm.
just about shirt printing and stickers, and yeah, it was that basically cricket had the whole center of um, the expo hall. It was
Mm.
nuts how many people have them now. Like we've got two of them. That's
Yeah.
how I get my shirts made. Unfortunately, mine are not nice and fulfilled by our printing service because shipping them here just it gets stupid, like really stupid. So I get Danica specials.
Well, and I will say for any stay-at-home moms that are listening to our podcast, don't go with a Cricut. Don't go with a Cameo. Go with a Sizer machine. They're way less common. The software is not nearly as good. There's not as much information out there, but the machine is like so much more accurate, so much quieter, and it's built by like a professional vinyl company. So, anyways, that's what I came across. Everybody points to those.
So I used to run a Roland where I used to work. The only
Mhm.
problem there is if you lose the CD, that's it. You have to buy the software again.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Like they gave away my laptop. That was the only copy of the software was on my laptop. The disc went missing. They gave my laptop
That,
to the customer who bought the wire cutter. I'm like, you idiots! You
there's
now have a paperweight.
there is an inner ring of hell reserved for companies that do things like that.
Yeah, we're discussing everything's a service now today, and yeah, it's you will not own
Yeah.
anything and you will enjoy it. That is the mentality. Now, like, I'm honestly considering a Mac for my Fusion machine.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
just to get rid of all the yeah.
Windows can go burn. I'm done with them. The shenanigans they're
Yeah.
pulling now. I can't upgrade this PC. I'm like, why not? Oh no, it doesn't have secure boot. I'm like, okay, cool. It's on the list of supported CPUs, so now I must go buy another motherboard. Like, sorry, no. You're not making my
Yeah.
machine into e-waste. And I use Fusion on here because this is where I do all my slicing for the 3D printing. And I'm getting to the point now I'm just going to buy a MacBook Air M4 and run Fusion on that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
not the choice I want to make, but the choice that I may have to make.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
I
I mean,
don't.
like day-to-day businessy things, I run everything through Chrome and through. I've got Chrome, Fusion, and Discord open. That's it.
Yep.
Nothing else needs to run on there. So if those can run, then I will switch. As much as I like being a PC user, it's a bit of a problem. Like I'll play musical PCs and move my work PC here and this PC there, and a whole bunch of fun stuff. Speaking of PC related things,
Mm.
South Park season 28.
Okay.
I was sailing the seven seas to get something for Danica yesterday, and the last time I sailed the seven seas, it was to get South Park. So I got the rest of season 27/28. Oh my word, the finale was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, freaking brilliant. So I know I was going on about it a little while ago. Yeah, it was killer. So I just thought I'd throw that recommendation out there. You're probably going to have to sell the Seven Seas to see it, unless you're Paramount Plus. But yeah, people don't
Did
generally.
you see that? What was it? I think the creator of South Park bought the domain, like the TrumpKennedyCenter.org or whatever,
Yes.
and just made it into like a horrible site. And I was just like,
Yep.
I love the internet. That's what I love the internet for,
The
is stuff
internet's
like
great.
that.
Yeah. No, the internet is internet is full of funny people. I actually I corrected my algorithm on Instagram, but I won't say how I corrected it. We'll save it for between the shows. I don't want to put it in the after show. But it's now been corrected. It's not showing me what it was showing me.
You know what? I did the exact same. We'll talk about that later too.
Yeah,
So
we'll talk about that
yeah,
later. But I don't think it'll make it into the after show because people don't need to know what's on my Instagram feed because I'll be
ooh,
charged.
okay. Well, mine's just trains now because I went
Oh,
buck
nice.
wild clicking on train videos. So I'm like, hey, there's so much less like Insta girls and so many more trains. I'm like, I'm enjoying
Uh,
this now. This is
yeah,
nice.
no, mine is definitely not trains.
Okay, well, right on.
So, what's happening with
Let's
your
see.
sound isolation booth, Curt?
Okay, so this is this is another one of those things where it's like, do I does this make sense for me to do, or is this just because I want to do it? And it's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, and depending on the day, I can talk my way into either camp. Um, so like when we do this podcast, like I don't have any of the machines running because like honestly, the machines aren't so bad. It's the phase converter that puts out the frequency sound that picks up on the mic here. And anyways, just any sound
Yeah,
sounds bad on a podcast. It's annoying. I don't like listening to podcasts that have a ton of background noise because it's fatiguing.
yeah,
So I was like, I have room here to build I'm like, I built a little cube, like a sound cube that I would go in. I would put my PC. I'd put all my like sensitive stuff that I don't want shit falling on. I put my PC in there. I would put like some of my printers in there, everything that just needs to be dust free. And I would have a very sound isolated booth that I could just close. It'd have windows in it so it doesn't feel like a cave. And then I could do our podcast in here. I could have all the machines just hammering away and it'd be silent. And I built a few of these sound enclosures, so I know they work. Just
Yeah.
haven't built one big enough for me. So I'm just like, oh, I don't know. And the cool thing is like I could AC that little like the little cube. So in the summer it'd be nice and cool, and in the winter I'd have the PC in there, so it'd be nice and warm. I mean, it's nice and warm here anyways, but like it's one of those things where I'm like, do I do this? Is this smart? I have all the wood. Like it wouldn't cost a ton. It's still probably gonna cost me $500, $1,000 to get it all
Yeah.
done up how I want it. But I'm like, is this a good idea, Mr. Flupchuck, or is this because you want it? I'm
Yeah.
like, you could just run your machines into the evening and make up for this time. And I'm like, well, shut up, logical side of you. Like, I want a cube.
Yeah, I went through the same thing of wanting to put a cube in so when I want to program something, I don't have all the noise and whatnot. But then
Yeah.
I'm like, I have an insider. I have a fucking house.
Yeah. And like,
But,
I don't know, like
but
sometimes,
little office booth is fucking cool.
well, and it's nice to be able to like, especially my lathe. I don't like turning my back on my lathe because it's oil and it's titanium and things get crazy fast. So I like to keep tabs on it, but I also like to have like complete, and it's pretty quiet in here, but I like silence when, like, let's say I want to take a phone call, or better yet, like I want to do more YouTube videos this year
Yeah,
because I really enjoy video, but doing voiceover, like I either do voiceover at night when I'm not running anything, or like sometimes I have a great idea and I'm like, well, I can't do voiceover now because like everything is running, or like
yeah,
so it's just like it would be cool just to have a little cube to go in that would be, but then the same thing, like some of the, it's nice to have background, like a visually
yeah.
cluttered background. It looks cool, like all the machines behind me looks cool when I do voiceovers, as opposed to like being in a cube with just some,
Well, you could
I
put
don't know.
windows, but yeah. No, I know exactly what
Yeah.
you mean. What you mean?
Yeah.
I wear those ear more headphones I got off of AliExpress, and today I was running the first time I ran the treadmill. I stopped my book, I turned up the pass through so I could hear the cuts. And then after that, I'm like, cool, back to silence, please. Like,
Yeah,
I don't actually
totally.
want to be in my shop without hearing protection now because it is loud. So I'm now always wearing the freaking sweaty ear things because I don't want to have the loud noise. I've become like an autistic kid.
No, it's draining. I do the same thing. I just put like, I have little ear, and it's not, like I said, it's not even loud. It's just like,
It's just
it's just like
monotonous.
if
Or it's
it's like if
background.
someone had a
Yeah,
radio, yeah, if someone had a radio on that you, it just kind of draining on you. Just like I just want nothing. Like I just want silence sometimes, or I want a audiobook or something. But yeah, anyways, I'm fighting the
yeah.
urge to build a cube. There's so many cool cubes online too. So
I saw an LTT video, and that's what got me down that rabbit hole like a year
oh
ago,
yeah,
year and a half ago. And I'm like, I want one so bad, but do I really need
yeah,
it? No, I don't. I have an office. It has a door. I haven't closed the door in probably a year, but it has a door. And if I really need to,
yeah,
I can close it, and then it's a sauna. It's a feature.
yeah. I don't. I'm fighting the urge. I'm just like, I'm like, it
Yeah,
would make me more productive. It'd be like, I don't know, no, no, just do,
no,
yeah. So
because
we'll see.
I like to hear my machines. Like even with the headphones, I can still hear what's going on. I can hear when bad noises happen. But
Hmm.
you obviously don't want bad noises. Bad noises are bad.
Yeah, yeah. So
So,
we'll see how that goes. I'll keep you guys updated. Probably
so
gonna build one. It's too much fun.
that's the problem. Is you and I both enjoy fun things. Don't
Yeah.
just So
Yeah.
speaking of building things, I
Yes.
have thoughts of building a tumbler.
Okay, cool.
Again,
I have thoughts here, but
another
carry
one.
on. Yeah.
Another one. No, not like any of the other ones though. Not like any that we've built. I want to build a
Okay.
centrifugal one.
Oh.
Mm.
Okay.
And I think I may have a plan to do this using 3D prints.
Interesting. I want to hear none of this because it'll be like
Because guess
big
what
old
happens when your
pile of
3D print wears out?
just make another one.
Exactly. So yeah, I have some thoughts on building a centrifugal one for my smaller parts that go into my vibratory, my bowl tumbler. I hate that thing; it takes forever. So I'm thinking of maybe just spending a bit of time and designing a centrifugal one because I don't want to spend the money on buying one. That's the gist of it.
I I have Oh, I know a guy that built a centrifugal 3D printed tumbler, and I think I have the fusion file for it. I don't know if we
Because there's
chatted
not a
about
lot
this,
of
but
info out there on making your own
no,
centrifugal tumblers. It's like I can't see
no.
it being super difficult. Um, and I was going to run it off of a closed loop stepper so that I can tell if it stalls and then reverse it and
Oh,
then carry
cool.
on forward. Um, I don't think we need a million RPM, so if we can get 1,000 RPM, I think it's probably going to be overkill already. I also have motors, and I have most of the cuck laying around. So
Yeah, I
the
went down that
limiting
same.
the limiting
Go ahead.
factor is going to be the build plate on my current printer, which I can squeeze 200 by 200 onto. So that would be the disk limitation. It's the size of the disk. And then the rest you can print in segments. Who cares? It's ribbed anyway.
Totally. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So I'm thinking of going that
Yeah,
route with PTG and just seeing what happens
nice.
because I
Yeah,
need
I
more
mean,
projects.
that's that's something I've been considering because I mean, leading into our kind of 2026 plans, one of
Yes.
my main bottlenecks is tumbling. Like, and I people actually enjoy a tumbled finish. It's getting more and more popular for me. And my current little tumbler that I cobbled together is great, but I can only
Please tell
tumble
me
a
it's still
certain.
the bucket.
It's still the bucket. It has been. I
Nice.
put new motors on it. I think I burnt through. I like it. I just keep putting. I have so many spare parts for it, so I just keep like limping it along. So, but anyways, I priced out a nice like centrifugal tumbler, and they're not expensive for like my return for how much I use it and how much I would spend building one. Like it just makes sense for me to buy one. So,
I'd be
very
very
likely
curious to
that's
see
going to be.
which one you were
Sorry,
looking at.
what?
What it cost. I'd be very curious to see what it
Uh,
cost. Which one you were looking at.
I think it's made in Poland.
Joy.
I'll try to put the
Sounds
link in
rough,
the show
by the way.
notes. Yeah. Hey.
If it is.
um,
Spent way too much time on that
um,
shithole.
I think it was like it's like 5 grand or something like that.
Okay.
And it was like a full wet tumbler with like all the controls on it and everything.
All
And
the
I
extra
put parts
paraphernalia
in there
that
and
you need on them, yeah.
all the fanciness I would want. Yeah, I mean, with the exception of like an auto dump, but and this was like a brand name one. If I go overseas, or I shouldn't say overseas. If I just because Poland's overseas. If I go with like a Chinese made one, it's like
Yeah.
3/4 the cost, half the cost. But yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, for me, I'm buying it. I also kind of debated buying a bunch of those like extreme rotary tumblers,
I
like
have one of
4 of
those.
those. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I've
and
got
just letting
the
those go. But
Lyman Tornado or whatever. My bucket tumbler got thrown in a scrap bin a little while ago because I've
no,
just
yeah,
moved
yeah,
it all over to the Lyman tumbler. I just throw rocks in it with what I need to tumble and I tumble it. And it works beautifully.
yeah.
It's got a 2 hour timer. You set the timer and leave it to run. And it works really, really well. It took me a year to actually start using it, but yeah, it works and burnishes brass really well.
Yeah, and I was thinking about because I could buy, let's say I got like 4 of those for the same price, even actually it'd be less to buy like, and then I could run different medias in each one, or like if I max out my part volume, I can buy I could buy 8
Yeah,
of them, and I would still be probably cheaper than one. But then one centrifugal lets me do other things, so
yeah,
I'm
it's
pretty yeah
like I want to build, so I want to replace my vibratory tumbler with another vibratory tumbler, my little round one, with like
yeah
the one I built, the big one. I want to build a smaller, big one. So I'm just trying to
okay
justify spending the money on the vibrating motor and then the laser cutting and then the time. And yeah, then I'm going to build one of those, a
yeah
little one of those for basically replacing the bowl tumbler. So it'll have a little bit more
right
energy and be able to do it a little bit quicker
yeah.
because I have plans afoot for next year. Well, for not next year, for this year. Sorry, living in the past.
Does that plan lead to your number one topic on your list, or the
It
first topic, I
does.
should say?
I'm
Okay, tell us about that.
Yes. So I did a Kickstarter 5 years ago for the bolt belt, which was a magnetic quick release belt, and I'm thinking of doing a V2 of it. So there were one or two things that could be better, and yeah, that's on the cards for the next probably month or two. Right now, the mechanical anchor point is top of the to do list. When that's done, I'm
Hmm.
thinking of reviving the bolt belt because I kind of want a new one. My one's a little bit worse for wear. I wore it for 5 years. Like it's my go-to belt. So yeah, thinking
Hmm.
of doing another kick or not another kickstart, just making another batch of them, selling off a batch of them, seeing how that goes. Now that I can make them easily because I have a better machine.
Right. I guess yeah. I guess you were using the Slow-Yo at that time. Yeah, yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
it was how many did I do? I think I did about 80 of them on the Slowio with
Okay. Uh-huh.
3 pocket clips each, so 240 pocket clips, 160 belt components. It was not a small number of components. That's why I upgraded my anno setup, was from that Kickstarter, so I managed to swing that.
Right.
So yeah, like now it's a case of I needed the Kickstarter to actually make them. Then now it's just a case of call order material and run the parts. Like
Right.
the
Right.
the scale of things has shifted dramatically.
Well, it's nice to keep. I mean, I know you got your Fluck, but it's like having a kind of a consumer product. Not saying that you're like your anchor points. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
consumer, but they're targeted at makers, like
yeah,
people building
they
other stuff.
targeted at guys with machines, not any Tom, Dick, or Harry.
Totally, and yeah, having a just a consumer product that faces
They,
everyone is it's
yeah,
nice.
there is another consumer product that I actually want to bring to market, but I signed an NDA, and I need to go find a copy of that NDA because I'm pretty sure it has expired, and I haven't seen it being brought to market. So I need to
Oh,
find the guy's
nice.
contact details. I'm like, dude, I want to bring this to market. I will give you a royalty. Like, I don't mind paying you for the IP, but you're doing nothing with it, and I actually need the product for myself. So I'm either going to make
Yeah.
it for myself and sell it, or yeah, figure out what you want to do. Because yeah,
Hmm.
that meeting was like 3 years ago. So it was after the bolt belt. The
Oh,
guy
it's probably
from
done.
yeah. So I don't know.
And
I
yeah,
either died or I don't know. So I think his NDA will probably have expired. I just don't want to cause unnecessary shit. Last thing I want is to be sued because I am selling a product.
yeah,
Because if I
I
release it,
get
it's
that.
releasing
Yeah.
worldwide one go. It's not going to be just South African market or just US market. It's going to be anywhere in the world you can buy it, and it's a cheap product too. So anyway, that's a
Mm.
problem for another day. That I need to find out if I can get around that NDA because
Nice.
I feel like I've been patient enough.
Yeah,
Okay,
3 years is a long time. Yeah.
yeah, it is. And yeah, the guy, we discussed manufacturing. His way of manufacturing, he wanted to do it on a Swiss, and I'm like, yeah, you could do it on a Swiss, but you don't have the capital to lay out for a Swiss? Firstly, also you're imagining that everyone in the world needs this. Reality of this, no. Like, even if it's a cheap product, if he's like, if you can capture 1%, I'm like, dude, if you can capture 0.1%, you'll be well off. Like,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
get you're gonna be like 20 decimal points that way. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's like I have a way to manufacture it pretty cost effectively on the anchor points, so I want to pursue it.
Fair.
It
Totally.
is a
Yeah, that's
highly
fair.
customizable product though, which is annoying as hell.
Mm.
But
Mm.
there's workarounds for that too. Anyway, let's stop talking about that before I get in trouble. Okay, there. Okay, you are updating
Yeah.
important tools, and
Yeah.
then I
So that's
think
part of my.
we the other 3 topics that are left after that, all kind of merge together.
Yeah, they kind of. I mean, honestly, this important tool update kind of leads into the
Okay,
plans for 2026 anyway. So we'll just kind of go with that.
yeah. So okay, so yeah,
But yeah,
let's discuss before we discuss our plans for 2026. Let's discuss
shoot.
our Patreons. So our Patreons,
Sure.
they make the wheels on this train today go round and round
Ooh.
because we like trains. Yeah. And because I've been a bit slack and haven't been shouting out the new Patreons, today everyone's getting shouted out, all the Patreons.
Yay.
So let me butcher the list. Special thank you. And hang on one moment, please. Loading. Because I have different names to the website. Scrolling. Oh, geez. No, I'm not on a cell phone. Yeah, this is top quality content. Okay, special thanks to Jade from Benchmark 20, Ken Robertson, Justin Gray, Luke from Fabtastic, Jacob M, Joe Harrison. Sorry, this is going to be great. Dylan Jackson, Adam. I'm not going to ruin your surname.
Doc.
Cromulent Knife Company, Norman from Dormock, AJ from Subtract Manufacturing and 29 other companies, EJ from Nocturnal Welding, James N, Christian Olson, Jason Sample, the Aussie Machinist, Bart, Brad, Addy, what? Duxbury Precision Concepts, Charles White, Carl Kirsch, Alexander. Hang on, sorry. I need to make this bigger. I can barely read it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm struggling. Are we going to claim?
Okay, I was
Alexandra
like,
Block.
sound it out, sound it out.
Yeah. Off-world
Alexander
Matt.
Block, yeah.
Off-world Gear. Matt. Oh, sorry, Matt from Off-world Gear. Uh, Chris from Butcher Creek Precision, and Dylan Pabone. If I've butchered your name, I do apologize, but thank you to all of our patrons. You do make the wheels on the train go round and round. You put steam in our engines. The patrons get access to the after show, as well as exclusive voting rights when I buy new machines. You get to name them, because apparently I hate myself or something. And when we do Q&As, you guys get emails. And you also got fancy Christmas emails, because my wife. So yeah, thank you very much to all the patrons. And if I did butcher your name, I do apologize. I'm illiterate. I went to a Rome school.
I think you
Oh,
need to say
last
number
school.
17, Bart Van. I think you need to
No,
say his
not
last name. I think that's important. That's a hard one.
yes, and I've
Bart
closed it.
Van Oderchik. Anyway,
There we go.
thank you all. You guys have
Yes.
interesting names, and I appreciate you helping me and Jamie just chat. And I hope you get enjoyment out of this. And one day when we're really intelligent, I will get all your lovely addresses, and then we can send you neat things. Jamie has sent me a handful of cool stuff to send you guys. I think I can send one to everybody. We got to do this sooner than later, because soon we're gonna have.
Yes,
If we have too
because we're
many
gonna have a
people, it's
longer
gonna get
list. Yeah,
insane. It's gonna
yeah.
get expensive. But yeah, and you know
Well,
what? I
throw some more
maybe
stuff
I'll
in
twist.
at some point.
So maybe I'll twist your arm or Danica's arm and get some of those cool T-shirts in or the designs here, and then I can get them printed in stickers, and then I can give some of those sick
Yes,
stickers out
that's
to
actually
people,
not a
because
bad plan. Okay, yeah.
I would
I
happily
will.
do that. Yeah. So
Yes, I'm gonna make a note quickly.
cool, and I can send it with my next sticker order and get some of those because they're good. I would love to stick those stickers on dumb things,
There we go. Okay.
or those
I
logos,
added
I
it
should
to
say, not stickers. But anyways,
yeah, they're quite funny. Okay, cool. So,
cool.
updating your important tools.
Yes. So we touched on the tumbler. That's one thing. Uh, is so a laser, the CO2 laser. That's something I either have to. I'll probably put some minor upgrades into this. Just I actually tweaked it and adjusted it last time. I cleaned all the mirrors and cleaned all the lenses. Oh, everything works better. But I'll probably make some upgrades on that, if not just buy a brand new machine, because I use it so frequently. I just don't use it. That's the problem. Is like I use it for one day a month, and I get all my packaging done. But like it's one of those things where it's like it doesn't make sense to buy another one. It's like, well, no, but also if I could do it all in a quarter of the time, which is very easily done if I just bought a better unit, it's like it would help me, and it would also give me like I'm starting to realize sometimes having better equipment just makes you it opens your mind and opens your ability to like do things faster. Like if I had a laser cutter that would cut whatever acrylic much quicker, I would use acrylic for more things, like just even like soft jaw fixtures, alignment fixtures. If it was like, a 2-minute process instead of a 10-minute process, I would do it, which also leads down the path of printers. Like I've been using my old school printer, which is ancient by today's standard. It still prints, but it's
Makes
like if
mine
I
look
had,
new.
yeah, no, mine is a dinosaur. And it makes accurate prints, but at the same time, if I could get those prints printed higher accuracy in 1/10 the time, which is
Yeah.
easily done by any modern printer, I would use the printer a lot more. So yeah, I think I'm just going to upgrade a bunch of my kind of not heavily used equipment, but equipment that I use frequently
Your
enough that it's like,
support equipment, yeah.
yeah, I don't want to have 100-year-old stuff trying to build fancy things, and it just lets your brain work faster. So yeah, I spend a lot of time looking at printers to upgrade.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I will go with the Prusa over
Okay.
the Bamboos. Just
Yeah.
Bamboo user experience way better, UI way better, pretty much everything way better. But I don't like their control over it, and I don't like that. Like I know a few guys running farms with them, and like same thing. Am I going to use it enough to notice this? Probably not. Like use it, and if it breaks, sell it. But like I don't like the just kind of poor quality everything. I'd rather buy a Prusa and have it
Yeah.
just last like for 10 years and just
Well, for
not.
me, getting a
Yeah.
Prusa, yeah, is just absurdly expensive. Buying a bamboo locally
Mm.
is absurdly expensive, but my mate Dave, his boss just sent him a A1 Mini. It makes
Nice.
my
Yeah, that's a
machine
good little
look
unit.
like it's, and when my machine's zooming at full speed, it makes it look like it's standing still. Like, it's,
Totally, right.
it is absolutely insane. So I'm going to see if I can swing him getting me one with the AMS Mini or AMS Lite,
Yeah.
because I want to be able to do dual colors for some stuff I've planned. My printer printed today. It prints beautiful. Well, it prints. Beautifully is not the word I'd use to describe it because I have a point 0.6 nozzle. Like I'm printing strong and fast, not delicate.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking A1 Mini just for odds and ends, like Gridfinity stuff and whatnot. I just want to be able to send it and not have to stress because I had a crash. I actually started using a different flash drive now for my printer. It printed that far and then started printing
Ugh.
a different file on the flash drive and crashed the head. It's happened to me like 3 or 4 times, and I added verification to my workflow. So it would produce a slicer, outputs the file, I open the file, make sure it's correct, send it to them, then go put it in the printer. And after this crashed, I brought the flash drive back, plugged it in, and it's corrupted the code. It's got some other program in it. So I started using a different flash drive now because I think it's just an old ass flash drive that's causing the issue.
Yeah. Well, then, like, it's the same thing in my world. Like, I just want, like, mine, it's okay. It's like a network printer, but like, I just want
Yeah,
less steps
less
into
barrier.
make. Like, I just want it to sit there and just be like, I can send a print to it, and it just does it. I don't have to worry about it. And same thing, like, I want this part black and this part white, or I want, like, just like just I don't need a billion materials, but like, I want a few materials. I want it loaded. I want it sitting there waiting, and just yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
mind spending a
100%.
few $1,000 to make it go. So
Yeah, no,
yeah,
100%. I agree with you there, 100%. Yeah, that's on the list of upgrades. I was considering putting Clipper onto this printer, and I'm like, you know what? It's not worth it. Like, it's not worth
yeah,
the effort. It works. Don't mess with it. Because how long am
yeah.
I going to spend getting it working? I could just buy another printer.
And
Yeah,
I went and
yeah,
I like the Vorons too, but another thing, I'm like, what am I doing? Like, what do
yeah.
I yes, do I
You
want to
want,
build it as a project? Sure, but like, I'll have to do
but
that in
you
my
want
one of
a
my other
tool.
lives. Like,
Yeah,
I want a tool. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
no, that's exactly it. You want a tool. You don't want a project. Sorry, a project.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
my
So
sound cube
speaking
to
of
build.
tools, I
Mhm.
have now got a designated tool crib corner in the workshop. So I rearranged the workshop a bit
Mm.
and put another
Mhm.
shelf in. And when I moved, so where I've been assembling the anchor points, that has now become the tool crib corner, where I've got a shelf with a wall
Mhm.
and all sorts of fancy shit. And that's going to become like basically, I've got another 2 racks like on the front of my machine that are going to go onto the um, pegboard that I can pre-stage tooling there or job specific tooling can live there. So yeah, just trying to make my workflow and my life more easier.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's
Yeah,
yeah.
like you've got the better organization and layout, improving the layouts, I assume, of your shop. Like
Mhm.
I've got to cut Gridfinity bases for the top of the Goodway. So I've printed Gridfinity trays to hold the jaws and Gridfinity caliper holders and Gridfinity freaking everything. So on the top of the machine is a flat section. I'm going to put a Gridfinity base on there that I can just stack all my stuff there, stands for my micrometers, all the stuff that I use regularly, just to make my life as easy as possible.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Why struggle if you don't have to?
yeah, indeed, precisely. But
And
yeah,
then,
that's
yeah, plan. I actually want to get back into YouTubing a bit more. Danik and I have been discussing a series I want to do, work holding Wednesday. So just shorts basically, but every Wednesday just dive into something different in work holding. Because I mean, you've seen the
mhm.
wall of pallets and all the dumb shit I get up to there. So just share all the different things and like, here's a thing that I did kind of story. So I found my old cell phone. It's got a decent camera on it. Printed a holdy thing, put some lights on it. Got my lav mic plugged into it now, so it's a decent filming rig. And
Mhm.
I want to do a shop tour in the next like week or so because a month from today, Danica is going to be working full time. So then I don't have a camera
Mm.
operator.
Right.
So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I want to quickly film a shop tour because my shop has changed a lot in the last year.
Yeah,
No,
and that's my plan too. I try to always do a video around January so I can always look back, and same thing. It's like January's here, so that's
dude, I
yeah.
watched my one from 2019 and I'm like, this oak doesn't know what's coming. Like he has no cooking clue. So it's interesting to
I,
look back on those videos.
and I love shop tour videos. Like, I don't care how big, small your channel is. Like, if it's watchable, I'm
Yeah,
probably gonna watch a shop tour video because they're so interesting. You always
yeah,
can glean something from someone else's workflow. Yeah.
yeah. No, it's always interesting to see what other people are up to in their
Yeah.
in their shops. I might try and swing some other shop tours of different shops this year as well because it is kind of interesting, and I
Mm,
have got pretty good access to a lot of shops. So I think I might just start doing that as like a side fun thing because I do enjoy
mhm.
making content. But yeah, making content is not where my business makes its money, so it probably won't be ever. Um, like in
Yeah.
all reality, the video thing is more just for fun and sharing than anything else.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the way I approach it too. Is like I enjoy this. This is like my zen. This is me raking sand in the little garden. Like this keeps my brain happy. Doing video, I just enjoy it. And then occasionally one goes out there that does really well that brings people in, and
Yes.
that's my marketing for the year. Like that pays for itself many times over. And it's
No,
so
100%. Like that's
yeah
the whole thing with the work holding stuff. Like I got a couple of videos about the anchor point, but I need more, and I think shorts is going to be the way to go on that. Fresh content for the
yeah
shorts, because then it's Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all of them just one video goes to all the different
yeah.
platforms. It's the same format, and see what that does. See if it gets in front of people. So we'll see how that all shakes out.
Cool.
Okay, so
Cool. I like that.
let's look at our year in review, Kurt.
Sounds good, my dude. Do you want to
So
should we
I like the
should we start
thinking
with
of
the
best and worst. I like that.
let's start with the bad so we can end with positives.
That's
Do
fine.
you want to tell me about your it could be it doesn't have to be like the worst thing. It could just be like your thing that didn't pan out. It can be whatever you want for 2025. Whatever you feel like
Yeah.
talking about.
Well, the worst thing that has had the biggest, hopefully, lesson, we'll find out as the year goes on, whether I've actually learned
Mhm.
from it or not, is that what people say and what people do are not the same thing. If it
Okay.
isn't in writing, orders, whatever, it means nothing. Because I was promised a bunch of orders, and like Derek and I were actually discussing it over the weekend, and we were promised a bunch of work, kind of stretched to make sure we had the capability financially, and then the orders didn't come, and they didn't come, and they didn't come, and they haven't come yet, and it's been nearly a year. And yeah, this year we are going to be, well, we are now very hard ass. Oh, you want samples? Cool. Samples are at this price, production price is X. Oh, you want us to get equipment to make samples? You're paying for the equipment. And we'll give you discount on your production when you place your order because we burnt our fingers on the big tumbler, the fiber laser, a bunch of stuff last year with overreaching on promises. So yes, that was the biggest bummer because there was a lot of promised work that just never came. I think last year we did, I want to say 600 of the diesel tubes.
Okay.
We were meant to do 3 or 4 times that was the year before, and they were meant to
Oof.
be, yeah, it was meant to be 6,000 units a year is what they were trying to do last year, and they just
Oof.
didn't sell any units. So now we sit with our dicks in our hand. So yeah,
Right.
that's yeah. Now if I get zero fucks given, sorry, you don't get production pricing if you're not placing production orders. Is what it is. If you don't like it, look at door. Go to China.
Well, and I get that. Like that makes sense. If I
Yeah,
approach a company, like that makes sense. Like I get it. Time is money, and like
yeah.
yeah, and
We've
missed
yeah.
opportunity, and yeah, yeah.
Well, exactly. Missed opportunity is a huge thing. But yeah, what was your least favorite part of last year?
Uh, I mean, aside from the obvious ones like the style not behaving well and all that kind of stuff,
Your fourth axis
I
endeavors.
yeah, all that stuff. Honestly, the one that kind of stung the most was that this like past week I was sick. It wasn't that big. It just like it compiled
Yes.
weird, and it was at the time of year where I needed to be there. Like I needed to get that done. It would have made a bigger impact to have this done mentally for me, anyways, just to have that done. So health is such an important thing. And it's like, I do put a lot of focus on it. Like I try to take care of myself. I try to like eat well. I do everything that I can to stack. I have little people, they bring me viruses. It's just what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of like the most, probably one of the more annoying things is just the fact that I've talked about it on like multiple podcasts. It's weighing on my mind. So
Yeah.
that's probably been the least fun, other side from the
Yeah.
stuff that literally is bugging me. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of probably the most one that I just noticed
Well,
drag on my mind.
it's also interesting what you perceive as the worst as compared to what other people may think is the worst for you. Because it's
Oh,
all about
totally.
your
Yeah.
own perspective. Like For me, the lessons I learned
Yeah.
last year, those hurt more than fucking anything else. Like, though
Yeah.
that made launching the anchor point really difficult when the orders stopped rolling in. And all of a sudden, my R&D budget went from, or my production budget went from, okay, cool, we can probably swing a couple $100 a month at this just in 2 or 3 months we've got production, to, well, there's no spare money. Ooh, okay, we
Yeah.
can kind of skim some here, skim some there, and make a plan to get batch one done. Like that was a proper stressful thing. But yeah, that was definitely the best thing from last year, was releasing Anchor Point Batch One.
Well, and I think that's the difference too of like of people perceive it from the outside of like a bad thing. Like for me, like yeah, I lost or I didn't lose, but like uh refills, like the supplier kind of ghosted me and like
Yeah,
but those are things where like I can approach it from like 9 different angles. I can be like, okay, well if that's not going to work, I can get it from this way, or I can like you can work your way through it with multiple paths where it's like if you're whatever, like if you're like in my case, if I'm not feeling well, like that's it. There's no other like sneaky path. I can't be like, well, I'll just put $1,000 into my body and that'll make me feel better. And I can like that's you don't have any other paths. Like you have one path forward, and that's the ones I don't like because I'm like I have no control now. Like there's
yeah,
only one way to fix this, and it's like those ones stress me out a lot more than like, oh, I can't get titanium. Like whatever, I'll find my way through it. Like oh, the machine is broken. Whatever, I can
yeah,
think of my way through it. And so it's like anyway, what's your
yeah.
best? What
So
was
yeah,
your
best
best?
best would be starting the Lone Machinist podcast. Um,
Hell yeah.
no, the best thing from last year, I think, business wise, was launching the Anchor Point, because that is setting us on a trajectory as a product based business, not a job shop. Because job shopping's fun and all, but I'd rather not be job shopping. I'd rather be product based,
Mhm.
and that put us on the trajectory to go product based. And we're still heading that direction. But yeah, I think it's one of the better things that happened last year, was being pushed to release the Anchor Point, because that was very
Mhm.
much a very hard push from Danik and I through June to get it ready to release in the beginning of July, because we knew there was a bunch of orders and things that were not coming through, and we needed to push that to market to make ends meet. And we pushed it to market, and we're still kicking somehow. And then yeah, making telescope housings was also pretty cool.
Oh, those big
Yeah,
aluminum plates. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. I remember
the
those.
big
Yeah, yeah.
rings. Yeah, those
Yeah.
I actually saw finished pictures of it. They look really cool. That was kind of
Oh,
cool.
cool.
Like, yeah, like we did some really interesting stuff last year. Let's put it that way. And yeah,
Cool.
what was
Cool.
your best bit of last year?
My best bit of last year was finally, let's see, it was probably finally pushing everything onto the big silo. And that just literally happened like 3, 4 months ago, like getting everything moved off the little mill onto the big machine. And like the last thing to move was fourth axis stuff, which was because it was easy. It was like, I'll just screw this on, let it go. Like I don't care. I can do other things while it's running, and just like taking the time to be like, no, let's get the fourth playing nice. Let's get all those tool paths set up. Like it took me a week to tune it, but now it is like so much nicer just to know like, oh, after this, I just load this machine up. It does it faster. It does it beautiful. And it's repeat over and over and over and over. And I'm not comping and chasing. And it's like, that was the one thing where like, I didn't factor in how much mental load that was bringing me just to like always be like, oh, I got to adjust this. Oh, I got to boot. It's like, it's a non-issue now. I don't think about it. And that was a
Yeah,
huge mental like, yeah.
well, that's a better. I mean, my slower hasn't been turned on. Carl used it the other day to square up a block. I machined
Mhm.
some golf balls with it. It gets used for one job, which hasn't come around since like March. It doesn't get powered on anymore, because I'd rather just put it on the LK, because the LK just does the thing. Like now, I'm busy
Totally.
making the bodies. The bores are within like 3 or 4 microns across so far 12 bodies. I'm not comping
Yeah.
anything like I'm machining aluminium, but I'm not comping anything. I check everyone, and they're all the same. It's great. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, that would have been a nightmare on the slow wheel, like an
Yeah.
absolute
I
nightmare.
I know. I cleaned mine too, and it just sits here, and I have no idea what it's going to do. It, like you said, it does what yours does. Square
Yeah,
up blocks. That's about what I'm doing on it now.
yeah,
Like until I find
stupid
a
job.
sneaky use. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. Totally. Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
what have you got planned for this year, Curt?
This year, I had first high on my list was to get the click, but I have the click mechanism in my hand. It's not playing nice,
It is a
so
click
that's
mechanism. It clicks once.
it. Doesn't even click once. It is because it binds like instantly.
Uh,
Um, so that was kind of disheartening. But I mean, it's 90% there, so it's not
yeah,
like I'm not too upset about it. But yeah, pens. And oddly enough, a ton of people reached out. They're like, "Yeah, click's cool, but I still want bolts." I'm like, "Okay, well, maybe it's not going to crush the bolt demand as much as I thought it was." So, anyways, getting the pen, the bolt action, I'm going to update it with the new clip so people can stop being like, "Can you make a left-handed and right-handed version?" And I'll make a slot change. I'll probably do a run of lefts because there's like
yeah,
6 left people that constantly in my DMs are like, "Can you make a left-handed bolt?" I'm like, "Can you just not be devil-handed? Can you just
yeah.
join us on
Just
the
learn
proper
to use
side of
your
the
right
world?"
hand.
Yeah, exactly. The world's not built for you lefties. Um, anyway, so that's one. The fidget that I've had kicking in CAD now, like I'm on variant 50 of it. Uh,
When did you start that? Because I know it was in the
fuck, dude,
last year.
don't let's not talk about that.
No, no, I'm
I have
just
no idea.
curious. Because, yeah,
I
it's
don't,
got to be like a while.
I don't
But,
remember. I'd have to look back. It's
okay.
it's been a while, but like, yeah, I'm super happy with how this one works. I have all the titanium. I already blanked it. It's sitting in discs. I need
Nice.
to make soft jaws for it. I do not want to make soft jaws that fit on these vices. I want to make soft jaws that fit on the anchor point because why? Like,
Yeah.
it's like if I'm going to
No,
go through the
100%.
effort, I'm going to put it on your anchor points because I'm sick of not having the ability just to offline load. So that's kind of why I've been stagnant on that project because I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
not doing this. I'm not designing soft jaws that go in this that are going to be obsolete in a short while. So um, yeah,
That's brilliant.
so that, and then the last thing I would like to do is I don't know if people around here follow like Chris Bathgate. Whenever he does one of his projects, if it's I don't know if he does it with all of them, but he does it with some of them. He does like art releases, so he'll do like a cool blueprint drawing. Blueprint's a loose term. He does it really,
Yeah.
really cool, like kind of vector line work. Anyways, I want to do more of that. With some of my products. I think it would look really cool, and that's just honestly for me to hang up in here.
Yeah.
And if people dig it, I'll put it on the site. People can buy them, like posters and whatnot. But that's something I really want to play with because that's one of those other things that kind of scratches the inside of my brain that hasn't been scratched in a while. So that's on my list.
Okay.
How about you?
Nice.
What's on your
Um,
2026?
yeah, so we have a target of anchor point sales, which I don't know, we might make public at some point. I don't know if I've made it public yet. Um, and then we've got the mechanical anchor point coming, which will have higher holding force. My load cell should be in the next like 2 or 3 days to confirm the actual hold force of the normal anchor points and validate the mechanical one and what the torque requirements are. Thinking of relaunching the bolt belt, the V2 of the bolt belt. Going to be making a bunch of flux just for my own sanity and stock and whatever else. If they sell, they sell. If they don't, they don't. And then one of the big things for this year is work life balance because
Mm.
having a job in each hand doesn't mean balance. So with Danica going back to work full time, my goal is when she gets home from work, I'll stop working and I spend time with her. So I'm gonna try and rein in my hours and prioritize or plan to run stuff at night because the hours are there. If I can have the machine running reliably and have the tools preset, I can load pallets at night and just let the machine run for an extra 2 or 3 hours. I don't need to stand and watch it. So yeah, I mean, even now while we were recording, I had a body running. The machine powered down 20 minutes into the podcast. Um, I'll go turn the compressors off now when we're done. And yeah, if I can keep the machine running not super loudly, keep it running at night, I think that's going to be a huge force multiplier. But yeah, we're going to have to see. I may need an additional machine this year.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
That's going to be a fun one to try and explain to my wife, brother-in-law, and mother-in-law because yeah, there was a little bit of drama, and my new goal is to make my wife's entire family pay capital gains tax this year because obviously my
Oh,
brother-in-law helped me fund the machine, and I'm like, cool, I don't want that over my head anymore. I'm going to settle that up this year.
yeah. That's
Like
a good thing. Yeah, for sure.
settle it up. That's fuck all over my head, and then I don't have to. It's not something I have to stress about. And if yeah,
Yeah.
if sales go the way I hope, then that will be very much possible. That excludes any job shop work that I still do. So yeah, the job shopping this year is going to be interesting. Well, yeah, this year is queuing up to be a really banger year already. and we're
Well, and yeah,
5 days in.
I guess I should touch on that too. Is yeah for equipment because I get a ton of people that are like, "When are you buying a Swiss? When are you buying a Swiss? When are you buying a
Well,
Swiss?" And it's like,
before you answer that, Curt, we have a question about that in our Q&A section.
ooh,
Yes. So let's cover that in the Q&A section because this is going to be a long
gotcha.
episode. So
Yeah.
we've put out shouts for like 3 weeks now for questions on Instagram and on Instagram. Told people to DM us. I hope we got all the questions. We are going to be returning back to the question from last week. Favorite purchase under
Mhm.
$10? I now have three in mind.
Okay, you lead the way because I know I answered partially last week. So shoot.
The 15 millimeter spanner or wrench I bought for my vise.
Oh, okay.
It lives on the vise when I'm doing stuff that just needs to quickly be loosened and tightened. Best
Yep.
money I've ever spent. Because the stupid vise handle's great when you need to like really crank on it. But if you just need to lightly tighten, the little wrench that just lives there. You just grab it, loosen, great. Second one
Nice.
is a water decanter. So it's a little, I didn't know it was battery powered. Turns out it's battery powered. Thing that you meant to put on like a 4 or 5 gallon water thing.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
no,
Yep.
screw that. It's in my coolant. So I put it in my bucket of
Okay.
coolant, put my bucket next to it, push the button, and it runs out. It pumps coolant quite slowly. Don't really care. I can put the bucket there, hit the
Fair.
button, let it pump till it powers off because it auto powers off after a while. Hit the button again, and it gives me 6% when I fill the bucket up.
Cool. Okay.
And it
That's a
was
good one.
all of, well, I've actually got the Imperializer open today. $3.70 from the China shop. I'm going to go buy like
Nice.
another three of them just because I want to see what's inside. And I've got some other
Nice.
uses for them. It seems to be just a little peristaltic pump with a battery and USB charging. So I'm like, this is
Perfect.
fucking great. It's like I don't have to tilt the bucket because that's the thing. You tilt the bucket and then you get splashed. And I'm like, no. And
Yeah.
it pumps out. Friggin' great. And then the last
Perfect.
one is this thingy. I bought a magnetic
Oh,
phone holder. So I find it very offensive that Haas put phone holders on their machines. I
no
put a
kidding,
phone
right?
holder on my machine today. No, because I'll be listening to a podcast or something, and then I'll put my phone down. And then someone will phone me, and then I'm running around the workshop trying to find my phone so I can answer the phone call because the button on my headphones doesn't work. So now I go ka-chunk on my machine, and that's where my phone is. It has a place to go every single time. And that was like, you're going to laugh when I tell you how much this was. $1.89 for two ringy rings and the magnetic thing. China
That is
shop,
so
number one.
cheap. That is so
Yeah, no, it
cheap.
was stupid cheap. I put it on the machine today, and I'm like, okay, this is great because I put my phone on a workbench, and then you put stuff over it, or it falls, or whatever. Now it's there. When I need to find it, it's there. I don't have to go questing for my phone because that
Right.
has been a problem in the past where I can't figure out where I left it.
Fair.
So yeah,
Totally fair. Yeah. Yeah.
all under $10 things because yeah, $10 is not a lot of money to for a workshop improvements, but yeah, those three things I think in total come to $10.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, and
Um,
I know I mentioned Audible for my $10.
yes.
A couple other ones are just a giant pack of Sharpies. A gang of them. I use Sharpies everywhere, so keep them all around my shop. And then like
Do not buy the
notepads. I
Chinese
bought a
ones.
no Sharpies are
I
cheap enough.
found a
Just buy the
pack of
Sharpies.
12 of them for $1. They literally write
S-
this long and then run out of ink.
Yeah, fair. Okay. But yeah, pack of Sharpies, pack of like little notepads. I just keep them everywhere, wherever I want. And then that way, if I got an idea or something, it's like, oh, I'm gonna write that down. That's perfect. I don't know if I didn't buy it this year. But oh, that's not $10. Anyways, my flip down visor that is like $10. Or magnifiers like that just go on your head like the little kind of jewelry. They're not fancy. They're just cheap ones. But like I didn't have one prior, and now like I wear those constantly when I'm doing. I want to get a pair of like a dental. I forget what they're called now. They're like dental loops. They're like glasses
Okay.
with nice loops in them. But they have a focal range of like 18 inches or whatever. So like you can be sitting upright and working with your hands, and you're zoomed in.
Oh, that's
They're
cool.
way more expensive than $10 or like $200-300. But the cheap $10 ones, I use those all the time. And like if I was without them, I would immediately go out and buy another one, even the cheap one. So those are probably my favorite purchases for under 10.
Nice. You'll find it $10. So we've got another question here from Joshua from Firmworks. Um,
Mm-hmm.
what would you do differently with anchor point or bolt release and fulfillment? I'm assuming it was either bolt belt or bolt pin. Yeah, what
Mhm.
would you do differently if you were releasing it again and fulfilling it again?
Hmm.
It's an interesting
I
question because there's no
yeah.
gaping holes in the well, yeah. There's one issue that I ran, one major issue I ran into the anchor point, but that was out of my control. I took too long to take Trump out. Um, the whole tariff situation was a little annoying to deal with, but
Right.
yeah, I wouldn't live in South Africa. That's what I would do differently. But
Fair.
then the thing is, but then the cost of everything goes up, so it's like it's a bit of a catch 22. Like I live here in third world country, and I pay third world prices for things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
I I don't know what I would change because like everything I did led to now. So
yeah,
like I would like to say I would offer less customization because I would able to build higher quantities, but then the customization is what caught people. So like having showing so many different availabilities like off the jump to be like, holy man, there's all kinds of pretty pictures that just got me a lot of eyeballs.
yeah,
So yeah, if I could just pick it, like keep my sales the same and pick it, it'd have been less customization for sure. And then avoiding any kind of pre-saling. So make sure, like, not that I did, but sometimes I sold before the batch was fully complete, and that was a lot more stress because when you're like,
yeah,
oh no, like now I have to make these 20 work, or at the time it was like 8 work. I would have just
yeah,
made sure they were perfect in boxes, ready to go, and then release. That would have been that's the thing I avoid
yeah.
now is just I make sure
So
they're like good to go. Yeah.
unfortunately, mine are all now pre-sales because I do the anno in house, and I only do that once the order comes
Mm.
through. But
Hmm.
at that point, I've got spare. I've got spare of everything. If I scrap a body in anno, I just grab another one off the shelf and carry on. Literally happened
Totally.
on the last batch. I'm trying to remember what happened. I think one of the copper lead broke that went to the anode, whatever, to the
Hmm.
frickin' to the thing. And when the copper wire broke, it threw bits of copper into the tank and stained the
Ooh.
part. So the part is literally
Ooh.
scrapped at that point with an hour of machining
Totally.
into it. But yeah, I would avoid pre-sales like I did. Pre-sales are great if you need a cash injection, but it brings a whole lot of stress. That's not always the best. Like I did the bolt belt like that. Wouldn't recommend.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah, for
only
sure.
problem is if you're not doing a pre-sale, you've got to fund the stock. But also, yeah, I know with his vices, it's a bit of a thing where like there's a lot of money tied up in material and processes there. So it's a bit of a tricky one to try and make stock. Because also if you try to send off 2 vices for black oxide, they're going to tell you to get knotted. They want you to send 20. But yeah, like it's sometimes worth just making a few and slowly building up. Like say, make a few, sell them, make a few, sell them, make a few, sell. Okay, cool. Let me make a few extra this time, and then slowly build your numbers up. Is the other option?
Totally. And pre-selling like that makes sense. Like it does make sense to be like, you know what, I'm going to take X amount of dollars to determine like demand. Like that's
Yes.
hugely helpful too. Taking full price up front is just it can get out of control pretty quick.
Yeah.
But
It
I
nearly
think
got
taking a
out of
small
control.
portion is actually yeah, taking like a reserve fee, I think that's a really good idea because it doesn't give you enough to really like fund anything, but it gives people enough incentive to be like, well, I'm going to stick with it now because I have $10 tied up or $50 or whatever.
Well, we
So
did
I think
that.
that's a good
We did
idea.
that with the anchor point. We did a pre-sale.
Yeah.
We didn't sell that many of them. The last coupon was used like in December, November, December. That the guy
Oh
who
wow.
pre-ordered one in March or June or whenever finally used his coupons to buy his 2 anchor points that he
Yeah.
had said he wanted to buy like 6 months before. But that is
Right.
it is what it is. Like that's the risk you run with pre-sales. Like, cool, coupon may never get used. Coupon may get used right away.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's an interesting. It's an interesting one. The pre-sale story. Like I agree, avoid it as much as possible. But when you're getting going, that's really difficult.
Yep. Yep.
And
Totally.
Kickstarter is super appealing. Like I can't do. I would have done one for the anchor point, but I
Yeah.
can't do one because I'm in South Africa. So when I did the bolt belt, I
Yeah.
used my friend's banking details in the UK, and after that, I was like, "Hey, bro, no," because it stuffs his tax up. Because he's now all of a
Ah.
sudden got a bunch of money coming into his account, then going out of his account, and it makes for questions. So I was like, no,
Totally.
100%, that's fine. It is what it is. It just takes that off the table as an option. Then
Yeah.
we've got Mr. Drew Chandler. Drops or products for 2026. Well, we kind of covered that.
Say we kind of
Mechanical
touched on
anchor
that. Yeah, yeah.
points.
Nice. Yeah.
Going to be pushing that hard over the next few weeks. Yeah, Kurt and I discussed that a little while back. Windmill Motorsports Swiss lathe in 2026. I don't think I'm going to buy
Eh.
one. To be honest, I don't think 2026 is the year for me.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, the ones I'm looking at are like a 6 month, between a 4 and 6 month kind of lead to get, like by the time they get on my floor and whatnot. So I have to make the decision sooner than later, and because I'm not unloading one in the winter. That's just not gonna happen.
Yeah,
It's
forgot
just
about
I
that.
was so close. I was so close with the mill. I'm like, I'm not playing that game. Um, I don't know. The thing is right now how everything is set up. I can make a pretty good living with all the equipment I have, not running around like a chicken with my head cut off. And it gives me still enough to like my goal was always like 75% of my time, or let's say 50% of my time, between 50 and 75% of my time doing production, 25% of my time playing, like coming up with new things. And for the amount that the quantity I can produce in that 75% time range, I would be okay. If I did that every month and only
Yeah,
did that, uh, I'd be okay. Like I would do well. I would do better than any job would pay me here.
yeah,
So yeah, I want a piece of equipment. I also want to pay off the mill in full. Like you said, I just want to take loads off my brain.
yeah,
I still don't have 3 years of business, so getting loans is like I have to personally finance it all, which I have. I'm fortunate enough to have options there. Um, I have power issues here with the Swiss, especially when you consider like high pressure coolant. It is definitely on my list. I'm looking at a bunch of them. I'm getting inundated with emails from salesmen because I've shown some interest. So Sile
yeah,
very much wants me to take their new Swiss and be the first in Canada, and I very much don't want to be. So they're like, they did give me some incentives for that. So we'll see. We'll
yeah.
see.
Come, Kurt, be an
If
influencer. Get a free Swiss lathe.
and it's not, I'm trying to get some sample parts because
Yeah,
like I need to see the surface finishes because it might just give me a bunch more work that is not going to be helpful to me. But I don't know.
sure.
It's constantly on my brain. Yeah, we'll see. I'm not sold on it yet. So
Yeah, well, it's going. Yeah, the year's going to be interesting. It's also, I think both of us are not looking for growth's sake. Like that seems to be the
yeah,
common thing of grow as big as you can, as fast as you can. It's like, yeah, not really. Don't really want to be running around like a chicken without a head.
yeah. I want to grow so I can support my family, do what I love, enjoy every day of it, and not be stressed to the gills, and like be able to take vacations and not like and I have enough
Yeah,
equipment right now to do that. So that's the problem. That's like the unmotivating factor of it, of like I could grow with efficiencies. Like right now, for instance, when I build my product and when I finish, pack up, anodize, clean, all that stuff, it's like a 50-50 split. So right now, if I focus some effort onto just efficientizing the like
it's
pack up,
definitely
clean
the
up,
word.
anodize, all that stuff. Yeah. Like if I knock that down 80% of my time, that's a humongous ROI increase for zero capital expenditure. So that's one thing I'm focusing on big
Well,
time right
not
now. Because if I
zero
had,
because you're gonna have to buy a robot arm, but sure.
of course, yeah, and put them in a circle so I can dunk them. Yeah, yeah. But like that's that's one of those things where it's like
Yeah,
that's a humongous cash change for nothing. So yeah, we'll see.
yeah. No, it's interesting because yeah, I think we will see how the year unfolds. With them, I'm quite excited to see which direction you decide to go in. But like you say, you
Yeah,
don't need the extra stress of having a machine payment if you can make do with what you've got.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. So we'll see. We'll play by ear.
So, Joshua from
Um,
Firmworks sends in another question. Um,
ooh.
yes, when buying work holding, what don't you like from the industrial standard suppliers?
Uh, aside from me having to call you to get pricing,
Yeah, talking to people. Fucking hate it. Fucking
talking,
buy online, I
totally.
would. Like, I bought my
Yeah.
vases from my mate in Cape Town. I'm like, hey, bro, I need two vases. So he sent me a quote.
Yeah.
I don't mind talking to him. He's quite fun to talk to, but still, like, I want to just go online and buy it. I don't want to talk to people.
Yeah.
And lack of documentation on them. Like, I want a model of my vase. Ha, good luck. Like, nothing. So, yeah, CAD models or even dumbed down CAD models and not having to talk to people is great.
Yeah, that'd be for me. Dumb, like a dumb CAD model, totally fine. Price that I can see, even if it's not the best price, just give me what I could like if I could pay like a buy now price.
Yeah,
And yeah, I don't want to talk to you. I want to be able to just order it, give you my credit card. I will give you money, you give me your product. That's I don't
exactly.
want to have to talk to you. Yeah.
Exactly. And then John from 2SM Performance, looking back at 2025 and hindsight being 2020, what admin or shop floor level changes do you wish you had made sooner?
Hmm.
Fourth axis integration for me,
Yeah, yeah.
because it's now integrated.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know if you saw. Um, so now
I
my
did.
fourth
Yeah, yeah.
axis and my machine, well, my machine talks to the fourth axis and it listens a little too well sometimes. Um,
Mhm.
I think it triggers the relay when it powers up. I'm not sure. I need to figure out what's going on because, yeah, problem for another day. That and getting tool break detect working, greatest things ever. Although, yeah, tool break detect, I think I only got working this year, and automatic tool length setting. Like, I should have just pushed for that so much quicker. It's amazing.
I did a bunch of like packaging automation, new software, different shipping carriers, and a better box up method. That was huge. Because now like orders come in, they can be sent out, and then I pay a company like there's called first mile services and last mile services. Like you order from Amazon, you usually have like a last mile service of like someone that
Yeah,
carries your package from the warehouse to your door. But you can also pay first mile services, so like someone from my house to the main carrier if it's far enough away. It costs like next to no money for when I do like batch shipping, and I organize that now. So like if I want someone just to come right here, or like for instance, I have to drive like a couple blocks as
yeah.
opposed to having to drive like 20 minutes, half an hour.
Oh,
So
wow.
anyways, I
Okay.
set that up. That was a huge change. Being like, oh, I have to pay $20 and I can save an hour of my time. It's like, yeah, yeah, all day.
Yeah, I just
So
have FedEx
yeah,
fetch from me. It's great.
yeah, setting that up was nice because people,
Yeah.
yeah, that made a big difference.
Yeah, those small things make a huge difference. Like
Hmm.
20 minutes here, 20 minutes there makes a huge difference.
Hmm. Totally.
Okay, and then the
Totally.
last question on the list here from Stabo Engineering on Instagram. Is a Linux retrofit the way to go in 2026? I'm kind of curious to hear
I mean,
your answer, Curt, because I have an answer and I don't think it's going to be what you expect.
it's I mean, it depends what you're doing. If you're a home shop garage guy and you get a lathe and you want to retrofit it, yeah, go nuts. Absolutely. I think Linux is like crazy powerful compared to what's out there. If you're like trying to run a business off it, unless you know Linux CNC really well and you're like you can complete a retrofit, sure. But uh I'm not gonna be doing any retrofits anytime soon. So I don't know. What's your answer, Jamie?
It depends if you have time or you have money.
Totally. Yeah,
And
perfectly.
that's what it
Listen.
comes down to. I am literally building a custom robot in probably February, a welding robot using Linux CNC for a customer. And I'm probably going to build a router as well, but that's because I don't like myself. If you can afford to buy a machine, just buy a machine that works. Like, just
Yeah.
if you can afford or find one that works, just buy one that works. You can always have Linux CNC in the back pocket that if you buy an older machine like Dylan from Got Taps, sorry, not got, from Got Chips on the Taps and Patience Discord, he bought a big ass machine for next to nothing, accidentally won the auction on eBay for
Oh
like it
no.
cost him more to move the machine than the machine cost him. I want to say the machine was like $500. Cost him 1,200 to go fetch them, $1,200 to go fetch the machine to rent a trailer and whatnot, and a telehandler, and yeah, he's finally got the spindle running on this thing. But if he doesn't come right, he knows he can spend another $1,000 and have it running with Linux CNC. Like
Right.
the iron's still good, but it seems like he's getting it to work. It's been a bit of a process. I actually forgot that
Mhm.
Friday was Friday, so I didn't hang out with him on that Discord. But yeah, he was running. He got a spindle to jog. It still won't run with M3, but the jog button works, so the spindle drive works. It's now just a case of finding the interlock that's not happy, and then you should be able to have it running. So yeah, that's been quite the process to watch. But yeah, you can get a secondhand or scrap machine for next to nothing. And if you've got time, like I said, if you're a garage guy who's looking to do it as a hobby, it's a very different situation to if you're trying to go from having a machine land on your floor and make parts as quickly as possible. That's a different situation. Like, yeah, I turned my good way around in a month, but I also spent 2 months planning for that. That when it hit my floor, I was up and running within a month. Um, it's not and then there's still also like a retrofit is never done, mostly because
Yeah.
it's functional, so don't mess with it, kind of story. And
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
totally.
very, very slippery slope when you start not adding safety things because it's working. You don't need them; it'll be fine,
Yeah,
as
yeah.
we learned with Bertha.
Yeah, and I also have a question, or not a question, but someone mentioned because we talked about that Swiss Nano retrofit
Yes,
way back in the day. That one gentleman that's doing it.
yes,
Forgive me, I
Luke from
forgot your
Fantastic.
Instagram. Luke, yes.
Yes,
So
I had
we
a chat
will
to him the other
bug
day.
Luke.
No, I had a
Okay,
chat
well
to him the
when
other
he
day.
makes
He is
if
moving shops or moving house and hasn't actually been in the shop for like 3 months. So when he's got his shit together, he said he will send us an update on that machine.
yeah, so we'll keep because it is a cool machine. I do like the pet project of like making that thing work. Is kind of
Making
cool.
it not shit,
But yeah,
yeah.
yeah, making it not shit.
That's the only way I can describe
Yeah,
that. I'm actually
yeah,
curious as to
fair.
where Hacksmith are getting their hardware from. Because I know initially they were making hardware on that thing, which is hilarious.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
and they haven't showed any Swiss machines, so I assume they're buying their hardware.
I would assume so. For the
Yeah,
quantities they need, I would assume so. Yeah. You'd have to have
yeah,
multiples Swiss, or at least
yeah.
one just honking. Yeah,
One honking, I think, would do it. But yeah, that whole project. I don't know if you've been following the updates on it.
a little bit, but I haven't caught up in a few weeks
Okay,
here. So
yeah, they now ship. They got their highest throughput for a day, which was I think 60 knobs. They need to get it up to 400 a day. Yeah,
so
yeah,
many. That's so many.
and then
Yeah,
it's at that point it's still 100 days of production to meet their Kickstarter goal.
that's so much. Like
Yeah,
people, if you've never shipped anything, you have no idea. Like if you want to ship 100 orders a day, unless it's stickers, but you
yeah,
want to like pack. Let's say I'm coffee cups. I don't care. Pack up
anything.
100
Yeah,
coffee cups a day. Yeah, one day is easy. Now, dude, for a week straight, it's like you start realizing where you hit
yeah,
logistical nightmares.
no, 100%.
Yeah,
Like, and that's something I'm a little bit cognizant of at the moment with the anchor points and making sure that all those processes are somewhat streamlined
yeah, 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 yeah,
because it can get out of hand very, very quickly.
yeah.
So, Kurt,
Cool. Yes,
what
man.
is in your Google box?
My Google box is full of all kinds of juicy nerd content this week.
Nice.
I still have 9 tabs open.
Oh, that's
So the
cute.
printers, like we, yeah, I guess I don't like tabs, so I close them pretty quick. The printers we talked about earlier,
Yeah,
looking between Bamboo and Prusa, specifically the giant core one, I think, large or whatever from Prusa, looked kind of cool. Sticker stuff, bunch of different companies because I refuse to use Sticker Mule because they're kind of soulless. I came across a cool a local AI on a Raspberry Pi 5. There's a new chipset. I'll put the link in the description, or like a hardware based whatever that
like a
handles the
coral thing. Yeah,
kind of a Coral thing, you bet. That you plug into a Raspberry Pi and have it like all battery operated local AI. It
yeah, okay.
kind of cool, kind of cool.
Yeah,
I just was reading it. A bunch of Bitcoin stuff because I've been overclocking my little lottery machine here because that's what I do. Um, the Gaja Guino or whatever. I know
yes.
Dylan talked about it like a week or so ago, and I have all the parts downstairs. So I spent time organizing all the parts, making sure I have everything set up. So I'm kind of messing around with that. I think I'll bench test it pretty soon because I've had the
Nice.
parts for a year and I haven't touched it yet. And then a fiber laser coin video because I've been geeking out on fiber laser stuff.
Yeah,
I'll link it in the show notes. Pretty smart, pretty cool way to kind of a nice way I've seen someone fiber laser coins. I don't want to get into that world really, but I do want to make a few of them because they're kind of fun.
they're kind of
And
cool. Yeah,
there's so many fun things I want to do. Like this company that's allegedly sending me a fiber laser. There's some interesting projects I want to try on it that some people have had success with and not success with. So I want to mess with it, like ablating PCBs, doing some
yeah.
coin stuff, doing some just different things with it that
Okay.
is not just challenge coins because everyone's doing that. So how
Yeah, everyone does that.
about you?
So I have got Wordle. I'm on 12.
Ooh.
Looking up where Swahili is the official language because it's short as fuck in South Africa. Comparing the dollar to the euro and the dollar to the rand because that is frustrating. Looking at RAM prices because I was going to get some more RAM for this PC and then decided that's a stupid idea.
Right now, yeah.
Was looking for a Par 3 to put on my printer. Found a really cool little PCB with brushed motor driver, two servos built in, and two servo outputs that runs on, I can't remember which protocol. I think it runs on the DSM2 protocol or DSMX protocol for DLGs because, I don't know, maybe I'll build a glider someday in the future again. And then looking for a rice cooker because
Mm.
uh, in order to pay off all my machines, I'm going to be eating a lot of chicken and rice.
Nice.
No,
Dude,
Danica, I spend way too much money on fast food, so I want to make life as easy as possible.
rice cooker's life. I don't care if you make rice, buy a rice cooker.
I hate making rice. I absolutely hate it. So I'm going to buy a rice cooker, and then my goal for this coming year is to make dinner at lunchtime. So when I come inside to make something to eat, whatever we're having for
Mhm.
dinner, I want to have it prepped that when she gets home from work, we can make dinner quickly. I don't want it to be a case. Oh no, I didn't take anything out. Oh, I don't feel like cooking. Fuck it. There you go. 10 minutes, dinner's done. Because the problem is we're both lazy or ADHD ish, and we'll just not feel like cooking, and then go get something, and next thing you know, you could have paid off a machine.
No doubt. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. It's the way, man.
it
It's the way
is
forward. And
100% the
it's
way.
healthy for you. It's
It's
usually
yes,
better for you.
it's yeah, 100%. Eating vegetables is healthy apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they say.
And on that bombshell, thank you everybody for listening, and we will see you next week. Also, the new shirts are on the website. Go check them out. I told you I was going to plug this a lot, but yeah, thank you everybody for listening, and patrons, we'll see you in the after show.
Yeah. Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you for a year of listening to our podcast. I enjoy
Yes,
the hell out of talking to Jamie, and I appreciate that you guys follow along. So we will see you next week. Take care, all.